What if the worst week of your life was actually the beginning of your greatest transformation? You've lost the job, the relationship ended, the plans you clung to are in ruins, and it feels like life has turned against you. But what if I told you this is the exact moment you've been asking for? You just don't recognize it yet, because it's wearing the mask of chaos. In the world of quantum shifts, your old reality must shatter before the new one can appear. And that shattering, that's what you're feeling right now. This is why your quantum shift feels like everything is falling apart. Chapter 1. The Collapse. Imagine this. You wake up one morning and nothing feels the same. The coffee tastes different. The walls of your home feel smaller. People you once trusted suddenly seem distant. And then it begins. The call you didn't expect. We have to let you go. The message that ends everything. I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. You look around, and in the space of days or weeks, your life seems to be unraveling. There's a heaviness in your chest, the kind that makes it hard to breathe. And you start asking yourself, why now? What did I do wrong? How did I lose everything so fast? But here's the truth no one tells you. A quantum shift, whether you call it destiny, divine timing, or a leap into a new reality, cannot happen while you're still holding on to the old. And your old life, it doesn't go quietly. It tears, it cracks, it collapses piece by piece until you're standing in the rubble, wondering if you'll survive it. But it's in that rubble that something extraordinary begins to take form. Chapter 2. The Invisible Shift. The truth about quantum shifts is this: they begin in silence. Long before you see change in your outer world, something inside you has already clicked. You might not even remember the exact moment it happened. Maybe it was a conversation, maybe it was a thought you couldn't unthink, or maybe it was a sudden wave of knowing that your life cannot stay the same. And from that moment, reality begins to rearrange itself. Old timelines dissolve. People who were perfect for your past suddenly feel like strangers. Opportunities that once thrilled you now feel empty. It's like a seed cracking open underground. On the surface, it looks like nothing is happening, but inside, there's movement. In quantum terms, your vibration is shifting, and your outer world has no choice but to match it. But here's the catch. Before the new can arrive, the old must be cleared. And clearing doesn't feel gentle. It feels like loss. It feels like rejection. It feels like life is breaking you apart. But the truth, it's only breaking what cannot come with you. Chapter 3. The Signs. You're in a quantum shift. How do you know you're in a quantum shift versus just having a bad week? There are signs, and when you know them, the chaos starts to make sense. Sign number 1. Emotional highs and lows. One moment, you're on top of the world, bursting with inspiration. The next, you're curled up in bed, wondering if you can even keep going. This emotional whiplash isn't a flaw in you. It's your nervous system rewiring itself to a new frequency. Sign number 2. Relationships ending or shifting. People you've known for years may suddenly distance themselves, not because they don't love you, but because your paths are no longer aligned. They're tuned to the station of your old life, and you're dialing into a completely different frequency. Sign number 3. Sudden loss of things you thought you needed. The car breaks down, the project gets canceled, the business partner walks away. It feels cruel, but it's not random. Everything that falls away now is something that would have anchored you to your past. Sign number 4. Feeling like you don't recognize yourself. The things you once tolerated now feel unbearable. The old dreams no longer excite you. It's as if your inner software is updating, and you're meeting the new version of you for the very first time. These signs are not punishment. They are proof that the shift is already underway. Chapter 4. The Dark Night of Alignment. Every quantum shift passes through a stage known by many names, but one of the most haunting and most accurate is the dark night of the soul. This is the phase where the old identity dissolves, where the you've been for years begins to disappear. You question everything. Who am I without this job? Who am I without this relationship? Who am I if I'm not chasing the same dream I've had for 10 years? And in this questioning, your ego panics, because the ego's job is to keep you safe, not to let you grow. The dark night feels like death because, in a way, it is. It's the death of the life you've outgrown. And just like the phoenix must burn completely before it can rise, you too must allow the fire of transformation to consume the parts of you that no longer belong. It's brutal, but the moment you stop fighting the fire, you realize it's not here to destroy you, it's here to free you. Chapter 5. Why It Hurts. Gentle introspective piano begins almost like a quiet reflection. You might be wondering, if this is all part of a positive transformation, why does it feel so painful? The answer lies in both science and soul. Neurologically, your brain craves the familiar, even if the familiar is unhealthy. Every habit, every belief, every pattern creates neural pathways, roads your brain loves to travel. When you start a quantum shift, you're not just changing your outer world, you're rewiring these roads, and the brain resists. It releases stress hormones, triggers anxiety, and pushes you toward anything that feels like home, even if that home is keeping you stuck. On a soul level, the pain comes from attachment. We grieve not just people and things, but versions of ourselves. Every time you release something in a shift, it's like a mini death. And death, no matter how necessary, hurts. But in the quantum field, space must be created for the new frequency to land. That's why the old is being pulled away, so the new can find you. Chapter 6. The Hidden Architecture of Breakthrough. Here's the thing most people never realize. Every breakdown is an architecture. It's not random chaos. It's precise engineering. Imagine a skilled sculptor carving away at a block of marble. To the untrained eye, it looks like destruction. But to the sculptor, every strike is intentional. Every chip removed reveals the form hidden inside. Your quantum shift works the same way. The universe is removing what cannot remain so that your higher self can emerge. And just like in art, the process is messy. Stone dust everywhere, jagged edges before smooth curves. But if you quit halfway, you never see the masterpiece. The pain you feel now isn't punishment, it's precision. Every loss you've experienced is a removal of weight, so you can rise without being pulled back down. Remember this: the collapse is construction. Chapter 7. Signs you're closer than you think. When you're deep inside a shift, it's hard to believe you're making progress. But there are signs, subtle at first, that you're closer to the other side than you think. You might notice a strange calm in moments that used to trigger you, or old desires suddenly feel hollow, while new passions quietly spark inside. People from your old life start fading away without conflict. Synchronicities become frequent. You think of someone and they call. You imagine a number and it shows up on a receipt. And sometimes you wake up feeling different, like the air around you has shifted. These are not accidents. They are the ripples of your new frequency interacting with the world. You may still feel the storm, but if you pay attention, you'll realize The horizon is already glowing. Chapter 8. The Death Before the Rebirth. Here's the truth. Every transformation has a death inside it. Not the death of your body, but the death of an old identity. The version of you who believed certain things, who loved certain people, who carried certain fears. That version cannot walk into your next chapter, and so the universe will dismantle them piece by piece. You will feel it as loss. You will feel it as heartbreak. You will feel it as confusion and emptiness. But emptiness is not nothingness. Emptiness is space, and space is where the new you will be built. Rebirth always feels like destruction in the beginning. The caterpillar doesn't know that dissolving in darkness is the price of becoming a butterfly. You don't have to understand it yet. You only have to trust that your wings are already forming. Crossing the threshold. Chapter 9. One day, you'll notice the storm is quiet. The air will feel lighter. The heaviness in your chest will be gone. And when you look in the mirror, you'll see someone new. Not because your face changed, but because your eyes did. They will carry a calm that no one can disturb. They will hold a light that cannot be dimmed. That day, you'll understand why everything had to fall apart. The job you lost made space for your true calling. The people who left freed you to meet those who align with your soul. The pain you carried became the wisdom you now live by. You'll realize the collapse was not an ending. It was the threshold, and you have crossed it. Chapter 10. Ending line. You've crossed the threshold, but this is just the beginning. A quantum shift is not just a single moment of change. It's the choice, every single day, to keep living as the new you. Because the old world will still try to call you back. Old patterns, old fears, old versions of you will whisper, "Come back, it's safer here." But you did not come this far just to shrink back into who you were. No, you came here to rise, to speak in the voice you once silenced, to walk in the power you once gave away, to live in the truth you once buried. And when doubt comes, and it will, remember this moment. Remember how everything fell apart, only so it could fall into place. Your quantum shift has already happened. Now, it's time to live it. If this message found you today, it means you were ready to hear it. And if you're ready for the next step, the one that will not just change your life, but your entire reality, then click on the video appearing on your screen now. Your new chapter is waiting.